Welcome to Backstage Pass with David Nash, where the curtain lifts on the real entertainment industry. From the studio to the stage, we sit down with world-class producers, artists, engineers, and music business professionals shaping the sound and strategy of today. This is an insider's look at how careers are built, hits are made, and the industry really works. Let's go backstage. Now, here's Dave.
Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Backstage Pass with Dave Nash, an insider's look into the music and entertainment industry. And with me today, I've got a guy that I've worked with on multiple projects over a lot of years. He's actually the head engineer at Lexington Recording or Long Island Recording Studios. I don't know the name. Long Island Recording Studios, which is one of our companies under Lyrico Entertainment, our parent company. With me today is Mr. Steve Nall. How you doing, Steve?
All right.
Shake hands like, we just met,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. Good to have you, man.
It's good to be
I finally
here.
get to talk to somebody that really knows about recording music. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, he knows. He knows what he's talking about. So we'll get into that. Well, here's kind of where I start a lot of stuff with guys is like, by the way, he's also an accomplished bass player in one of the hottest bands around this region of where we live in Lexington, Kentucky. Metal band, Graveyard
Romeos.
There's two names, Graveyard Romeos. Let me ask you this question, because I always kind of get the same answer from everybody that's been here. So when did this music bug hit you? Like what age were you when you said, hey man, this is kind of cool stuff?
Playing about 13, but listening about 7.
Oh, wow. Wow. What were you listening to at 7?
Kiss.
Yeah. Well, good. That's good for you.
My older cousin had Kiss, AC/DC, Blackfoot. You know.
Blackfoot. Oh, there we go. There's a good one. Yeah, I really, as far as playing, I get that same answer almost every time. 12, 13, 12, 13,
Yeah.
12, 13. Everybody's like that. But listening, you take it back a little bit further. 7. I think I was probably 7, 8. Well, I was in a band by the time I was in 4th grade, like a 4-piece band. So
Yeah.
I guess it's pretty young. That's pretty young.
That's pretty.
That's pretty young. How long have you, what, let me ask you the progression. Okay. So you start playing 12, 13
Yeah.
range. What were you playing bass then or did you just,
Guitar.
yeah.
Yeah.
When did you figure out that maybe you needed to be a bass player? When you realized there's too many strings on the guitar?
Not for a long time. I started playing bass in 2000.
Oh, really?
So
Huh.
several years after.
Several years.
At least 10 years later.
I've never even heard you play guitar. I've known you for like 20 years. I've never heard you play guitar.
Yeah.
What? Well, that's cool.
I don't play guitar much anymore.
Apparently not. I haven't heard you pick a string in 20 years.
Yeah.
So when did the band thing start?
Oh,
Were you doing guitar, like early bands playing guitars? And all
Yeah.
that stuff.
bands around 16.
That's normal
very,
age.
very basic, high school.
The high school band.
Me, my cousin, my sister's boyfriend,
Oh yeah,
getting together.
greatest thing in the
The
world.
3-piece,
Yeah,
yeah.
chicks, high school, guitars, rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of music were you into?
The
Kiss.
80s hair metal and Kiss. Yeah.
Kiss seems to be popular, especially. I mean, hell, I was playing Kiss in the 70s. Just one of the first concerts I saw was Cobo Hall in like 1970 something.
Yeah.
Saw Kiss. There was a Kiss Alive album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. That's cool. In Detroit.
That is cool.
So you start playing guitar in high school. What got you into being an engineer, which is what you do very well?
Well,
I didn't mean to stump you with
now
that
trying
question.
to think of
How'd this happen?
which story.
All of them.
No, I was just, there were some bars that I would hang out in down in Richmond when I was in my early 20s. that were
Richmond,
live,
Kentucky.
yes,
Right.
that were live band venues. And
There was a lot of bars in Richmond, Kentucky when you were in your early 20s.
I know.
Yeah.
It
It
was-
was rated, like, Eastern
crazy.
Kentucky University's in Richmond, Kentucky. It was actually rated at one point in time as the #1 party school in America.
yes,
And
it was around then.
yeah.
But sometimes bands wouldn't have a sound guy with them.
Mhm.
And the owners would just,
Anybody know how to do sound?
just kind of say, anybody want to do this? And so I had played in bands and things, so I kind of knew how
Right.
it should sound. So I'd go back there and mess around with that.
Right.
And I did that several times. And then when I decided I wanted to not keep going to college. I said, well, there's one thing that I can do. And I saw in the back of a music magazine, there was a recording school.
There was.
So
there is.
I went there.
Oh, there you go. And that would be the Lexington School for the Recording Arts.
Well, no, that's not the one I went to.
Oh, really?
No.
Where'd you go?
I went to the recording workshop up in Chillicothe, Ohio.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that.
It was just a month and a half, get you in, get you out, kind of mill.
Get your certificate, yeah.
Yeah. So when you get out, you don't really know what you're doing, just enough to
but
cause
you got a
damage.
piece of paper.
Yeah. So, I started, interning at a couple of studios. I went down to House of Blues in Memphis, and then
it's a good spot to intern at.
Yeah. I was just down there for like a month or so, probably.
Right.
And that wasn't really working out. So I came back, got my old job back, and my mom called me and said, "Hey, Will has a studio in Lexington. Go get a job in Lexington."
How did your mom know Will? Will is the president of our company, by the way, Lyrico Entertainment.
Will was my guitar teacher from 13 to 16.
Oh, cool.
So she had kept up with him, I guess.
Well, there you go.
And so I came up from I was living in Richmond. I came up here to Lexington and got a job here. And it was back when we were just a studio. It was just
no school.
It was just Long Island recording. And I was able to really practice and get my skills
every day
set up there. Yeah. Every day. Sometimes I'd come in on the weekends because I had nothing better to do.
Right. And it was cool.
Just practice. Yeah. I had fun. Bands were recording, and I was recording my own band and everything. Right. So I was able to.
How long have you been with Graveyard Romeos, by the way?
2012.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time. That's a good run for a band.
Yeah.
How many of the original members are there? You?
2.
Really?
Me and the singer, Sean.
Sean's good.
He's probably the best singer for our style in
a region,
tri-state area.
Yeah, he's got some pipes.
We had the same guitar player up until 2 years ago.
Right.
And there was just a revolving door of drummers. Yeah. So
that's what we do. We come in, we leave.
We had our main classic lineup.
Right.
Drummer. He was there for 7 years.
Was that Froelich?
Jeff? Yeah.
Jeff Froelich. Great drummer. Took my place in the band one time.
Great drummer. Yeah.
Real good drummer. Jeff's still out there playing all the time, man.
He's a Five Below, I think.
You talk about the revolving doors of drummers. When I played in a band called Citizen Kane, my nickname was Dave's Not Here. Sometimes I'd make practice, sometimes I wouldn't.
Yeah.
A lot of times I did. It was good. So you start rocking and rolling, you get into the studio life, and what kind of project, any big projects or bigger artists that you've worked with over the years that really kind of stood out from the herd, so to speak?
Well, I moved out to LA
I knew this was coming.
In 98.
Right.
I came back here. I left at early 98, came back late 99. I worked in a studio called Rumble Recorders out in the Valley. And we had, at one point, we had 3 different studios going, and we had, the Beach Boys in one, Guns N' Roses was in another one.
There's that.
Rat was in the smaller studio.
Rat and Roll.
So I worked in some capacity on those sessions. I wasn't what they would have on the album as being the assistant on it, because I would come in and I would take over if the assistant needed to go take a break or something, because they worked them like 24/7, nonstop. So I would come in and do the jobs, but then.
Were they doing a specific album with GNR?
They were doing a Chinese Democracy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
It was, I think they were maybe 5 years into it at that point.
Oh, no shit.
I think, yeah.
Wow.
So.
It was a much smaller Axl Rose in those days, but.
Yes.
How was that? I mean, just that vibe. I mean, a kid coming from small town Kentucky, now you're out in LA and you got the Beach Boys in the studio, Guns N' Roses in the studio.
It was interesting. It was, cause I'd grown up seeing them and listening to them, and now they're right there.
Yeah.
And they're like introducing themselves to me like I don't know who they are.
Right.
Like
I'm Slash. I couldn't tell by the top hat.
Yeah. Like Duff McKagan came in and said, "Hey, I'm Duff." I said, "Dude, I know."
That.
Yeah. So, but,
he didn't come in and say, "Oh, you're Steve."
No. some of the most fun I had was when I was just kind of hanging out, because I would go into Rat's area and shoot pool with Warren DeMartini.
Oh, really? And
he was one of my heroes when I was a guitar player.
Really?
And he brought in all of his guitars from the 80s, all of the cool graphics on them and everything. So I got to hang out with him and see all that. And a lot of them, you just realize that they're just people.
Oh, yeah.
Because when they're in the studio, they're there to work. They're not the rock stars that you see.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're just
totally different.
There's guys that want to have some in and out and watch TV.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I remember like doing a lot, because I've booked a lot of shows and kind of hung out with a lot of the artists I've booked over the years. But yeah, it's like when they're off stage, it's like you're just a regular cat, man. Yeah. I remember doing like Corey Smith, who a lot of you may not know, or a lot of you may know, really great independent artist. But I remember doing a show with him, a few shows with him, but we're back on his bus and he's making everybody in the bus peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you make a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Corey. Yeah, so it's just regular dudes, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you left LA, you came back to Kentucky.
Yeah.
All right. The hub of music. How did you get involved again with Will and with Lyrico and Long Island Recording Studios and the Lexington School for the Recording Arts?
Well, when I decided to come back, I called Will and said, "Hey, I'm coming back.
I need a job.
Can I get my job back?"
Yeah.
He said, "Of course."
Yeah.
You know, so I came back. By then, he had a couple of more engineers working at the studio. So I kind of came in and kind of jumped the line and was the main. And that was right about the time that we were really starting to get the school really going.
Right.
So made the decision.
Were you at the new facility at that point?
No, it was still at the old one for I think 4 or 5 more years.
Right.
And so we kind of made the decision then it was going to be more in the mix side than the recording side. Because whenever, that was the problem with me, is when I got out of school, I could record you very well.
Right.
But I couldn't mix you very well. And that's when it all happens. The mix.
That's what you hear on the radio.
Yeah. So if you can't mix it well, the recording doesn't really matter.
Sure.
So we started teaching everybody, this is the basics of mixing. And then once you get that down and you're a good mixer on somebody else's stuff, we'll show you how to record your own way.
What about the mastering part of it?
The mastering came much later. Yeah.
Is that, so what's the real magic? I mean, obviously capturing the sound is hugely important.
Yeah. I mean,
and then the mix.
The source is probably the most important thing, because, you can't polish it up.
Right.
If you don't have it to begin with.
Right.
So like a horrible drum sound is a horrible drum sound.
Right.
It doesn't matter what I do when I get all my plugins on it. It's going to be a horrible drum sound with nice plugins.
Right.
So of course the source is the first thing, but then being able to shape that source into what it needs to be so that everything fits together, because all the different frequencies are happening and clashing, and you got to pull them out and bring them in, and how to make that guitar sound big and full, without making the bass sound little and wimpy. You got to know all those things. Then if you do that job really well, the mastering doesn't really have that much to do.
Right. You're just fine tuning it at that point.
Yeah. The mastering's job is to maybe hear a couple of little things. Maybe you have some frequency masking in your vocal and your guitar. So they'll pull out a little couple of frequencies here and there, maybe brighten the whole thing up a little bit.
Right.
And then it's just a matter of loudness then.
Loudness.
Just cranking it.
We love loudness.
Oh, yes, we do.
Are there, as far as, what are you guys using as far as, like, let's say your board? I'm going to start at the very first thing I see when I walk into our studio. What kind of board is that?
The board we have is an Audient 8024 Heritage Edition. So it has a little extra module that has some sweeteners in it.
Right.
That you don't have on the basic one.
Are you digging that board?
Oh, yeah, it's an amazing board, yeah.
Where did that, it came from overseas, didn't you guys? Come from England?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we were one of the first studios in America, U.S., to have the 8024.
So from the board, what's your, like, rundown equipment-wise? Let's talk about some tech stuff, some rig stuff.
The DAW we use is Pro Tools,
right? Of
course,
HD.
Yeah.
All right.
Now they call it Ultimate. But it's HD.
It's HD Ultimate. How can I help you with this? Dude, what you don't want to do when you're doing a podcast is have your phone on asking me how to help. I thought I turned this off. Anyway, so that's off. We won't. Help me with what? That's what I'm trying to
cut that.
Yeah. Okay. You can get that out. Can you get that out? All right, I thought I turned it off, but I'm getting, what the hell's happening?
Yeah. As far as vocal chain,
right?
We're running a Neumann U87 as our main vocal mic. So kind of the Cadillac of vocal mics.
What's one of those cost in today's world?
$3,000. Something like that.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah. Into a Neve 511 preamp. So it gets that kind of Neve color that everybody likes. That goes straight into an LA2A vocal compressor, which is another about $3,000.
Right.
So it's one of the best vocal compressors you can get. It's very, very smooth and transparent. You can really slam the compression on it and it doesn't sound like it's a little tiny ball. And that goes straight into our AD converters to the Pro Tools rig.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Everything else.
Actually, I do. I've seen it all, but I don't know.
Everything else is much easier. It's mic to board to.
All right, I got
Pro
that.
Tools.
Yeah, just so you plug in the cord.
Yeah, it's our vocals that we spend a lot of time getting that perfect studio
sound,
ready sound,
whatever that means. What is the perfect
exactly?
Sound?
Yeah,
it's selective. I guess you just if you like it, you like it.
Yeah,
you're working on a project now with a band we brought in from Florida that we just signed called 40 Years Too Late. Bunch of young 20s, late teen kids that came up from Florida. We signed them to a deal and they're working on their first album. How's that going, man?
It's going good. We're more in the demo phase of it.
Right.
So we recorded 9 songs.
Did you get 9 done?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Musically.
Yeah.
As if we were going to do it for the album.
Right.
So just to get them into what a studio is actually like.
Yeah. What's going on?
The do it again part of it.
Yeah.
The fact that we need the drummer to stay at this tempo the whole time.
I was there for some of that.
Yeah.
Like, what was his first time playing with the click?
Yeah. We didn't use clicks much on him because after the first couple of days, he was pretty steady into where he would start at like 130 and over the course, maybe drift 134 beats a minute.
Come back to 130.
So, that little tiny range is okay. Going from 130 to 150, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, there's a problem.
But he stayed right in the range to where if we needed to edit something, there was no problem with that at all.
I know we were in the studio when I was in for one of their sessions and it was like, Will, he's producing, executive producer on this record, was like, cause it was off and Steve was sitting at the console going, Will was talking to the band. I was there and I was like, Steve, can you get this? He goes, well, if you give me some time, I think I can get it.
Oh yeah.
And Will's like, we gave him some time and sure enough, he got it.
I got it.
I was like, I knew he'd get it. That's why he's been here for decades. He's going to get it. Just let him do his shit, man. He'll get it done. Leave him alone, Will.
So we got all the basic tracks done. When they come back in a month or so, we're going to knock them all out again.
Right.
But then we're going to really concentrate on getting different guitar tones for different sections and different songs. Cause he just played one, rock and tone all the way through.
Let's change.
And I would talk to him while we were doing, say, hey man, for this part, maybe we'd switch to this Marshall amp or something.
Yeah, that's the part where you start getting creative.
Yeah.
So you've got them, man. This is really one of their first big studio ventures for this band. And we capture everything. Now let's get creative with it and make it something that's a little bit different.
Yeah. Maybe we change this around. They got into more of the arrangement fixings where they were realizing that maybe we don't need a 24 bar solo.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe the song's already 5 minutes. Maybe we cut that down.
Yeah, let's try to get it
8 bar
solo
somewhere.
Maybe 3:30.
So they're kind of wrapping their heads around that kind of thing.
Right.
It isn't a live show.
Yeah.
So everything matters.
Yeah, you're not playing In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida.
No.
Which is heck of a record.
Although, if they wrote In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida,
that'd be okay. I'd be good with that.
I'd go with it.
We'd have a hit. I remember that. I remember when I had that record when I was a young, like maybe high school age drummer, saying, man, this is the best thing ever created in the world. There's a whole side of the album that's a drum solo, basically. It's like 15 minutes. I was like, this is insane. Who said go with this project? I didn't even know back then, but now as I look back, I said, yeah, we can do a whole album side as one song. That's just crazy.
I think the whole thing about why it's called In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida is
it could have some
hilarious.
Yeah. You want to tell that story?
No.
You don't? Okay. Yeah. We won't talk about that one. There's FCC regulations I don't know about.
They can Google it. And
Google In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida and figure out why that song came to fruition.
You have homework.
Yeah. There you have homework. Exactly. So you've done probably thousands of projects in your tenure here. Is there some few that stand out as like, man, that was just the greatest shit I've ever done? I'm not going to count the West Coast stuff with GNR and the Beach Boys.
Here recording here, I did a record with a band called Pacifier. It's been many years ago, sadly,
right.
10, 12 years ago. They were a kind of reggae rock band from Georgia, and they've gone on to do some really good things. And the album that we did here was like their second album, I think.
Right.
And I think it debuted at number 1 on the iTunes reggae charts that time. And we just had a real fun time. Tracking that.
And you've done like full orchestras here and
big band stuff. Yeah. We did the Wyclef Gordon big band.
That was cool.
I think that was on the Grammy nomination list.
Yeah.
For that a year. And of course my band stuff. So,
I think he probably gets free studio time. Do you? No. Yes. Well, No. Yeah. Of course he does.
Of course.
Anyway. We'll talk to that.
Of course, it's off time.
It's off time. Yeah. So, we're not actually teaching or recording a paying band. There's somebody that we're paying to record. Well, that's cool. And family wise, you have a wife.
I do.
And a child.
Two childs.
You added a child. 2 childs.
We added a child 2.5 years ago.
You did?
Yes.
How's that child thing going for you, Mr. Bass Player in a metal band?
It's going good.
Isn't it?
Our daughter she thinks I'm actually famous because people, when we're out there, hey, you're
Steve, you're bass player.
You're Graveyard Romeos. She's like, they know you. It's like,
isn't that weird? How old is she?
She'll be 13 in October.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
God, that's insane.
It has flown by.
Man, it has, because mine just turned 14 this last month, and you were like right behind me with yours.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy. My mom doesn't say I'm famous. Why not? But she doesn't. I don't know. She doesn't get it. She's my daughter's not a rock and roller or whatever.
She's very very artistic as well.
Has she shown any interest in music?
A little passing, but she's more into the drawing and that side of it.
Right. It's what kills me. But my daughter, I have 3 children, but none of them followed that path. In my home, it's like a full band rehearsal spot. Like everything's here. You got keys, you got a piano, you got a keyboard, you got a PA system. I got laser lights in the basement. I mean, drum sets, guitars, amps. Not a note has come out of my children from any of that stuff.
She tried piano for a little bit.
Yeah.
But she has the thing where she doesn't like to practice.
Which,
when I was that age, Will would get on me constantly because I would never practice.
Will is a taskmaster. Well, there's a lot to be said for practice too.
Oh, definitely.
So how do people find Graveyard Romeos?
GraveyardRomeos.com.
That's the big one.
Our main one.
GraveyardRomeos.com. Cool band. Yeah. You guys got to check them out. Seriously.
And we're all over the socials, Facebook, Instagram, X, all that stuff.
X? Yeah. I think I'm banned from X. I got banned.
We don't really get on it, but it's set up to where if I post on this one, it posts on the other one.
They won't let me post anything on X. I've been kicked to the curb. I don't know what I did to you, Don, or whoever. That's Don's, right?
You and Elon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me. It was I said something about Elon or Donald or somebody, but they said you can't be here anymore.
We're mostly a cover band when we play around here, but we do have all of our originals, and they're all on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff.
Check them out.
If you want to go follow us on that, it'd be nice.
Please follow them on that. If you're in Kentucky, check them out. They play all the time, constantly. And they're somewhere. Are you playing this weekend?
We're playing next weekend. We're playing on the 15th at O'Neill's.
Cool bar.
With Mr. Lugosi. They're more of a gothic.
You guys have opened for some big bands in the past.
Yeah.
I think I've booked you guys.
You have? Yeah.
Who'd you open for?
We opened for Drowning Pool.
Yep, that was it.
Saving Abel, for Rat, opened for Jackal. A couple other I can't really remember at the moment. But yeah.
This guy dropping those names. It's crazy.
It's fun always playing with those, those kinds of bands.
Yeah, it is. It's a ton of fun. Well, man, that kind of wraps it up for today. And it's been really, I've known Steve for a long time. Really cool guy, great musician, great engineer. I've sat in on countless sessions with him, and he just does his shit and gets it done. And it sounds cool when it comes out. That's about the end of the day. That's how it works, right?
That's all I can do. Yeah.
That's all I can do. Guys, man, it's been a pleasure having you, brother. Good to see you,
me.
as always. And until next time, this has been the latest edition of Backstage Pass with Dave Nash. This actually stands for Nashville. So does Nash, but we will see you then next time. Dave Nash, Backstage Pass, an insider's look into the music and entertainment industry. See you guys.